Day I'm hustling, 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 hustling,
It's your
hustling,
boy,
hustling,
Ski.
hustling, 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 hustling. Every
Oh, welcome back to the Matrix. You're not to the Matrix, you are the Matrix. How's it feel, Neo? And today we got ourselves a banger daily market news and analysis. What is up? What is up? How's everyone feeling out of 10? Make sure to spam that like button, hitting that share so other people can spam that like button. Let's get this party started, y'all. Let me make sure we got the right thing on. All right, here we go. Amari says, what up, Ski? What's up, fam? It's been a long day. I was working on my tractor out in the sun all day. Sometimes I look back, man. I look back when I was in the Army, and I used to turn wrenches for 12 hours and then go drive Lyft and then go make YouTube. And it's like, how did I do it, bro? How did I do it? Because I did one day today and I'm cooked. But here we are. Hey, you savage. I think you need to admit your 118 Bitcoin call was off the mark in the time expected. Bro, that's a crazy take. Because we just went from 74K April 7th all the way up to 111K. And guess what? May is not over. That's a crazy thing to think that we went up 50% for Bitcoin in a month. And we got, the month is not over, by the way. We got within 5.5% of my call. And I have to admit that I'm off? Come on now. Come on now. Come on now, bro. Good morning, brother. How are you? Feeling fan-freaking-tastic. I'm just saying we ain't going to 118 right now in the time you expected. Says who? Says who, bro? Let me tell you what this is. This is a breakout and a backtest. That's it. That is it. A breakout and a backtest. And what we are still on is an uptrend. And what did I say? Any dips that we get from now until the uptrend is over is for what? Pretty big backtest? Pretty big breakout, right? The back test is less than the breakout. Even the micro breakout was 10%. No, it's not a big back test. It's less than the breakout. It's not a big one. It's half of the breakout. Oh, man. Buying. Listen. Love the way the Sonic been charting. Same. Rejected at 112. Okay, bro. Listen. 50% in 30 days. 50% in 30 days. Who in the world said it's going to be a straight line up? This is the crazy thing. I've said we are now in an uptrend. Well, that's what I've said since April. We're now in an uptrend. Any dips are for buying. We get dips, it's over. We're cooked. Rejected! Ah! The rich get richer. Leroy Jenkins. Love the way Sonic is charting. Yeah, Sonic, same thing. Breakout backtest. Sonic has had a monster couple of weeks. It's up over 1.5x. Just on a straight. This is a clear, like we were in this big wedge right here. This is a clear breakout, higher high, macro higher high, and then a back test of what was resistance now as support. Beautiful. This is my number one 100x play, period. No one would be complaining if altcoins ripped with it. We've talked about this. I've talked about this once. I've talked about it 100 times. Do you feel the heat? I've been out in the sun all day. Do you feel the heat from the sun before or after the sun rises? Before or after the sun rises? You let me know. Because what I said on this is a clear micro reversal here. Let's see it roll back over again on Bitcoin Dominance. Stipulations are for altcoins to really run. Bitcoin must be making an all-time high. Check. That already happened. Bitcoin Dominance must be rolling over. The stipulation is there. The ingredients are there. Buying climax, upthrust, UTAD. The ingredients are there. Sugar, spice, everything nice. And we are finding massive resistance here at the 618 Fibonacci retracement. After a 50% move. Yes. Do you know what Ethereum is up during the same time? 100%. Come on. Come on, bro. Don't cherry pick. Don't cherry pick. Ethereum during the same time is up today, right now, after the pullback, 83%. The height was 98%. Yes, that is outperforming Bitcoin. Do you think we bounce off the 107 support? Let me see where we can get to. Reasonably, we could get to 105. That wouldn't be weird. 107, sure. 105 would not be weird. That would be a clean, proper back test. There's lots of support over here as well that we're on top of. I think it's a good thing. Again, how did we arrive at 118? Did we steal a police car or did we chop our way higher? I've been talking about this for weeks. I don't want to steal a police car to get to 118. What is stealing a police car? Ripping straight line. I want to see staircasing to 118. That's what I want to see. Will we have another downtrend? Absolutely we will. Absolutely. Not now, though. Not now. We are clearly in an uptrend. Clearly in an uptrend. Retail has not admitted it. Retail has not discovered the fact that we've been in an uptrend for over 50 days now. Retail, by the way, Bitcoin was at an all-time high, and Bitcoin Google Trends was what? Bear market lows. Why do you keep saying Sui was hacked in your content? I don't. I said the exchange was hacked on the Sui network. When is parabolic for alts and memes? When Bitcoin Dominance officially rolls over. To me, it's in the very finality stages of doing that. To me, this was the top of Bitcoin Dominance. 65.4%. That was the top to me. Confirmation, I want to see a back test and making a macro lower low of 62%. That's what I want to see for confirmation. Jason, are you really this shook by a 4% pullback? For real? Are you trolling or are you really this shook, bro? Come on. Bitcoin is down 3.3%. After this week being up 12%. Come on, bro. Hell yeah. It seems like the news is quiet on the all-time high, right? My alts are getting crushed. What are you in, bro? Thank you for the confetti. Thank you for the snap your fingers. The heart. Thank you for the popular vote. The heart. Thank you for the Panther Paul, you savages.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Told you to sell last week. What, before we went up 12%? Are you literally adding him and saying told you to sell last week? Do you mean before we went up 12%? Is that what you mean? Last week, Bitcoin was at 102K. If you would have sold last week, you would still be down. Come on, bro. Come on now. Y'all cherry picking tonight. 3% correction, and it's time to cherry pick. By the way, Ethereum is higher than what it was the other day before it dipped. Total 3, sir. Let's look at the total 3. Cherry picking. In my Telegram, I was asked about black swans. And this is my answer before you guys even ask. Here are the times I hear about black swans. You ready? A, when bears are wrecked. I hear about black swans when bears are wrecked. That's when you start hearing about black swans. That's the number one time. And it's hoping and praying that a black swan will happen to turn their trades around because they are wrecked. They are wrong. They are wrecked. That's the number one time. And the most popular time when I hear about a black swan. The number 2 time I hear about a black swan is after the bottom is already in. After, not before, after the bottom is already in. Here's the times I never hear about a black swan. Before a black swan happens. All right, the total 3. To me, it's still just in this chopping phase here. It's doing the same thing that Bitcoin was doing. It was in a downtrend, and it's now in an uptrend. It's backtesting the prior range. It's backtesting the trend. JB says, people are so scared of 3 to 5% downtrend retests. Tells me they know nothing about crypto. Right. Literally. Like, bro, it doesn't, everyone wants 100x gains, but you don't want a 5% pullback. What do you think the price of 100x gain is? The price is volatility. If you cannot stomach volatility, you don't deserve 100x gains. If you can't stomach volatility, you don't deserve 2x gains. If you cannot handle 20% dips, you don't deserve a 2x. Period. Period. Solnic 100x. Solnic is my number one 100x play. Has had a clear breakout and a back test. Beautiful looking chart. So many Karens in the live today. You know why? Because they bought when we were at 111. They waited to buy then. I was longing at 70. Nah. Bought at 86 and sold at 108. Not if you were telling him to sell last week, you didn't. Just trying to help these people out. If you were telling them to sell last week, you did not sell at 108. That's not factually true. You know how I know? Because I can look at it. I can verify it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days ago, Bitcoin was at $102,000. Lie detector determined that was a lie. Trying to help the people out. Come on, bro. It's down 1%. True that. Says I fucks with Solnic. Relax, Aaron. Where is Cass in accumulation? The sign of strength. Beppe, I'm not a fan of Beppe. Scam these poor people. Here's my track record. Here's my track record. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to brag upon myself. I appreciate you. Here's my track record. You want to talk about scammed people? My track record, video evidence, April 7th, 2025. I made a video, said the bottom's in, boys. We didn't go a second lower. Video evidence, August 5th, 2024. I said the bottom is in. Here is XYZY. Video evidence. We didn't go a second lower. 9/11/2023. The worst 9/11 in U.S. history. I said the bottom is in, boys. Here is XYZY video evidence. Not only that, but I told my community, I told my Discord to get a journal and to log what that moment felt like. Bitcoin was at $25,000. How much money did I lose them? You let me know. How much money did I lose them when Bitcoin was at $25,000 and I said the bottom was in? Get your journal and log what this bottom feels like so you know what it feels like next time. Let me know how much money I lost them. Or how about when Bitcoin pulled back to $20,000 with video evidence? I said the bottom is in. I will shave my head if we go lower. Bitcoin was at $20,000. How much money did I lose them? You let me know. Or how about when FTX went to zero, November 8th, video evidence? I said the bottom is in. We are not going any lower. I will shave my head at $16,000. Let me know how much money I lost them. F out of here, bro. Get the F out of here, bro. Bro's cherry picking dumb stuff. Said, I told you to sell last week, and then said I sold at 108. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You know how I know? Because last week Bitcoin was at $102,000. The F out of here, bro. Says, here we go. How much money did I lose them when Bitcoin was at 16K? You let me know. Ski, what coin to buy right now? My top 100x play is Solnic. Has had a clean breakout and a clean back test. Beautiful. Mark Ass. Ski has the receipts. Mandidio. Look him up on YouTube, bro. Who's that? Number one, we passed all-time high twice. It's small weekend pullback. 114 by Wednesday. I don't think the stock market was even open today. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Was the stock market even open today? I'm pretty sure it's Memorial Weekend. Why are you letting these clowns get you worked up, Ski? Listen, anytime I can get an opportunity to brag upon myself, I will do so. If someone gives me the opportunity to put my track record out there in a humble way, I will take it. Thank you. Am I drafting Judkins in the fantasy season? I think Judkins is going to be a touchdown machine. Tell me the charts. They might have closed early, but it's closed Monday. Yeah, you guys are freaking out. Like I'm literally shocked at how negative the chat is right now. Like, do you know we just made an all-time high? When was it? Was it I forget. Oh, yesterday. When was it? I forget. When was it? Somebody let me... Yesterday. What, Ski? I thought it was only green candles forever and there would never be any red candles. What the hell? Let's talk about something fun. How's the tractor? The tractor is running. I worked on that thing. It was definitely, I bit off more than I could chew, for sure. But I kept chewing. I kept chewing. And I got it done. It's now drivable. I replaced the clutch. That was a pain in the butt. Man is dodging. Who is dodging? But yeah, got it done. It's driving now. $1,800 tractor. Now is worth. Irish Dano says, yo, Ski, not me in the Telegram. Dang. I was like, is Irish Dano okay? MJ says, yesterday. What up, Ski? What's up, fam? Says, bro, that all-time high was yesterday. The people are bored. Delusional might be a better word. Delusional, I think, is the better word. Got some bears in the exclusive TG. It happens. Nothing like price changes sentiment. All-time high. Everyone was ready to go long. Sound the alarms. We pull back 3% and it's over. It's over. We're cooked. Where was everyone when we went to 74K? Panic selling. Then 111. Panic buying. It's 107. Exactly. Literally. That's it. Like, just zoom out. Get on a longer time horizon. And it makes the game much easier, much simpler. And it's way less emotional. Yeah, like, cool. The pumps are fun. The dips are like, they're not as fun. But zoom out. We were just at 74K 40 days ago. Like, what are we talking about? Your favorite alts? I have a lot of alts that I like. Like and subscribe. It's free. My favorite is 100. My favorite 100x play is Solnic. I like blue chips. I like Quan here. I like VeChain, ADA here. I like LCX. I like XYO. There's a lot of coins that I like. Basically, I want coins that have a good chart with low to no inflation. Dirty Old Trucker says, bro, Solnic is the best play I've made. Period. I like Caspa. Period. Bull run over. LOL. December was the top. Is everywhere today. Good. Good. Beautiful. Everyone is blaming the orange man again. Good. Good. Solana. My targets for Solana are 420, 510, and 600. Low, medium, high. People act like a backtest isn't expected and normal. Literally. Not only that, I am rooting for backtests. I am rooting for backtests. I talked about this the other day when people were asking me about how long is alt season, and my answer was, how did we arrive at $118,000? $118,000 is the party. How did we arrive there? I do not want to arrive by stealing a police car, aka red hot. I don't want to arrive that way. I want to be responsible and take an Uber. What does that look like? That means you break out, you chop, you backtest. You break out, you top, you backtest. All the way. That's what I'm rooting for, because that gives us the most oomph power to actually do something awesome. Is Ondo still good to get in now? I don't love Ondo. It's alright. I like Z back here. Robert says people who panic are the same that will sell and ramp back to fiat. Stay broke. What about Link? I like Link, definitely. $38 is my low target for Link. 78 is my medium case, and then 178 is my bull case for Link. Where do you think Bitcoin's going to backtest at? This could be it. I've said this. We are now in an uptrend. Any dips are for buying, period. They are for buying, period. Let me say it again. They are for buying, period. Bitcoin is in an uptrend. We could go, this could be it, 107. But I think 105 is on the table. But I'm not going to be greedy about making positions during an uptrend. You get a dip, you take a dip. It's just like that. Until we break an uptrend, that is how I'm going to play the game. Would you buy CEMA? CEME. I want my creator / developer to be in the trenches and not get shiny object syndrome when things get hard. I have 3 low market caps under 20 million that I feel very confident about the developers. XRP or Link? What time horizon? Right now, I would say Link is a better value, but XRP is also my second largest portfolio, but my price is like 30 something, 20 something cents. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you like Ondo Ski? Too much inflation. Ski, you never mentioned Rose today. Did you turn bearish? I like Rose. I like Rose. I think Rose is in its macro spring. So like that's my position on XRP. I'm not advocating that people add a huge position on XRP because I don't feel good about doing that when my average price is like 20, 30 cents. You know what I'm saying? So XRP is personally my second largest holding. But I think Link today is a better value. What's expected market cap for News this bull run? I think News could get to 10 million. What's first? Bitcoin. Is it a bad time to position an H-bar? I haven't looked at H-bar in a minute. I know most of the inflation is done on H-bar. I think it looks okay. Let's see where we're at in the micros. Below the 236. Not bad. Basha says low $30, mid 70, high 100. I think that's very reasonable. Which one is the best value after Solnick? There is no second best. There is no second best. Now, I believe in Hee and Fat Cat. Thoughts on Shadora? Listen, I'm be honest. That was my guy. I don't think, to me, this is the worst QB class, including Cam Ward, that the NFL has produced in 2 decades. I think that Shadora's ceiling is like Kirk Cousins or Jared Goff. That's his ceiling. I think his floor is pretty high. I think he's the best pure passer in this draft, but I don't think he's going to be awesome. He might be Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins. But, you know, you don't... If the Browns had the 20th best quarterback, they would be so good because that defense is still amazing. So if he can do that, I think that's a win. I don't have crazy expectations for the quarterback room this year. But all the advanced metrics, DTR and Watson was the 46th ranked quarterback and the 45th ranked quarterback. And I think the difference between the 46th ranked quarterback and the 23rd ranked quarterback is light years. In fact, if we would have had Kirk Cousins, who was the 20th ranked quarterback last year, we would have went from 3 wins to 10 wins. That's the difference. What market cap are you looking for, BZ? What's your time horizon? We got to make a fun bet. Packers Browns week. I got you. I'll be there. I have season tickets to the Browns. I'm going to be at all the games. I don't mind the Packers. Can you explain the pros, cons of inflation for a project? There's not a lot of pros. The pros are for it gives more resources for the development team. So for the team, there's pros, but not really for the holders or the communities. As far as like an investment, there is no pros of inflation. The only pros are for the only pros of inflation are for the team. That's it. You called it. That guy Jam is quite the leaning bear bias. He was so happy today. LOL. Yeah, I have nothing against Jam. I know that Jam had a lot of followers in 2022, and I did not. I only had like 5,000 followers back then. And there was some creators that were commenting on my videos saying, that's not how you do TA. And I would say that's not how you do TA. But yeah, I mean, I think it's fine to listen to whoever you want, but you should know their bias. Right? Like if I watch CNN or Fox, I should know their bias. It's the same thing. If someone is always bearish, I should know their bias. And that's fine. It's good to get different perspectives. Pros are for the project development, which leads to new opportunities for investors. I don't know. I think it leads to more opportunities for them. I don't know that I agree with that, because ultimately, if the project is not generating revenue, it's not a good sign of the project, right? Like if we were buying stocks, if we were evaluating stocks and Nvidia is losing money, is that a good sign for the stock, Nvidia? I don't think so. I think it's literally only positive for the team, but I don't see it get trickled to the investor. No. I can't think of a situation where a ridiculous amounts of inflation got trickled to the investor. That's like saying, like the CEOs making, a gazillion times more money than the workers. It's like it gets trickled down to the customer. It's like, no, it doesn't. It gets trickled to the top. And that's it. For me, if a company is not making money, including a cryptocurrency, if they're not generating revenue, that's not a good sign. Can Near hit $20? I think so. I would say 10 to 20x safer bet, not a meme. I would go with your blue chips. Maybe 5 to 10x would be VeChain, ADA, Link. All those I think can 5 to 10x. I think they could 20x, but I would be cautious around the $5 or 5x, excuse me. R&D is good. CEO Beach House is bad. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Research and development. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the point of what I'm saying. So the point of this whole entire thing is like, are there good scenarios for a coin dumping supply? And I'd say it's only good for the team. And then the counter to that was like, does the team trickle that back to the investors? I'm saying I've never seen them do it. I've seen the beach house. I've never seen them trickle it back to the investors. No. Always have an exit strategy. Exactly. Thoughts on ICP? I like ICP a lot. I de-risked some of my trade when we pumped. I put that out in the Telegram group. It wasn't like I had insights that we were going to pull back or anything like that. I even said it. I was only up like, I think it was up 11% on the trade. Nothing crazy, nothing to write home about. But I was over leveraged in the trade, transparently. And I said I took profit on that trade to free up margin. It wasn't like I had insight or any, inclination that we were going to pull back on ICP or anything like that. It was just managing risk. And so now that I did manage risk, I have more margin to play with ICP again. Thoughts on H&T? I like H&T a lot, Mike. I would add it to my top values. 118 won't happen in May. Or what? According to who? According to who? Do you know we were just in April at 74K? Do you know we are 5% away from 118? So you're saying that Bitcoin does not move in 5% increments? Okay. If you say. Who cares if it's happening in May or not? Literally. We were just at 74K in April. We just had an all-time high. When was it that we had an all-time high? Someone remind. Oh yeah, yesterday was an all-time high. Just saying. What are you saying? What are you saying, bro? My wife says I'm just saying. I tell her not to just say. Don't just say nothing. Be impeccable with your words. Rule number 1. The 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your words. Nice one. Appreciate it, Mick. No problemo. Let me know when October, November gets here. When alt season, when dominance continues to roll over. It's already showing signs of weakness, in my opinion. Altcoin season needs 2 stipulations. Stipulation number 1, Bitcoin must be making an all-time high. Check. That just happened yesterday. Stipulation number 2, Bitcoin dominance must be topping. My opinion, this is distribution. Buying climax, upthrust, UTAD. That is textbook Wyckoff distribution. Textbook. Wyckoff distribution. What is Wyckoff? What is Wyckoff distribution? Wyckoff distribution is a topping structure. Buying climax, upthrust, UTAD. UTAD goes higher than the upthrust goes higher than the buying climax. And then you start to roll over. In my opinion, we are somewhere in here, like literally here for Bitcoin dominance. So when we start to get into our LPS and our sign of weakness, that's when alt season's going to start. For real. In my opinion, we're in the last phases of phase C. So let me show you where we're at. Phase C. That's where we are, in my opinion. Why are alts dropping when Bitcoin is going down? Because they always do. Bitcoin is up 50% since April. Ethereum is up 100%. That doesn't feel like alt season, but that's what the start of it looks like. Right? I want you to know. Should we take profits on Bitcoin at 118 with the hopes of buying back in the bear market? I might de-risk a little bit at 118. Yeah, that's my first target for sure. And it would be, for me, it's like, you know, how hot did we get there? Right now, if we're just marching along like this and back testing, I would be inclined to perhaps wait a little bit, but that's my first target, and I'm probably going to stick to my rules and take a little bit on Bitcoin. If nothing else, just for dips to buy. Ski, people took profits on Bitcoin today. The bull run's over. It's over. Okay. See you in 4 years. Oh, man. How high do you expect Ethereum to go? I've been saying since 1600 that it's going to 3300 minimum. I think there's a reasonable, plausible expectation that Ethereum gets to 7200. I'm going to be taking profit at 3300, but I think there's a reasonable expectation that Ethereum gets to 7200. You know what's going... You know what? They're right. Let's go back to being down 40 to 50%. Everything felt so much better. Literally. Thoughts on Misty high yield ETF? Yo, what's up, Dustin? No in between. Not really, honestly. It's kind of an or. I'm not telling you like a range. Not really. Because 3,300 is the 702. And 9 times out of 10, if you get above the 702, you get into price discovery, which is the 1618, which for Ethereum is 7,200. So I'm going to say, like, mathematically, no, never, but like that is the highest probability that there is no in between. It's one or the other. I'm going to be de-risking a little bit at 3,300 for Ethereum and holding out for 7,200. What's your name on YouTube? Same. Your boy Ski, YABOYSKEY. Why are you taking profits at 3,300 when it's going to 7,200? Because listen, this game is about managing risk. Even if it goes to 7,200, the major move for Ethereum had already happened, right? Because it was just at 1,400, right? Is that what Ethereum got to? I forget what it got to. So going from... What did it just get to? Yeah, it got to 1,400. Okay, so let's play that out. So Ethereum was just at 1,400 like 40 days ago. So going to 3,300 is a 1.3x. That's a lot. We're spoiled. That's a lot. Right? So going to 7,200 from there is only an additional 1.2x. Okay? It's less of a gain. But this game is about managing risk. And I'm always managing risk. Just like ICP. If you're in my exclusive Telegram group, you know I'm in a long on ICP. And I had more more margin than I would like on my ICP trade because I've been DCAing. So the other day, my trade was up 11%, I think it was. I think that is going to go a lot higher than 11%. But I took profit. Not all of it, I took some of it. Enough to free up margin to what? To risk management. It's not about just having a 100x gains. Because 100x times 0 is still 0. Realized gain is way better than theorized gains. 100 times out of 100. And guess what? Same thing, XRP, right? My average price on XRP is 20 to 30 cents. I've been accumulating XRP for 5+ years. It's my second largest holding. Publicly, video evidence, when we were at 40, 50 cents, I said I will be de-risking 30% of my bag at what number? $3.33. I actually sold 40%. just because I need a little bit more money for my farm. I think XRP is going higher than $3.33. But what did it do? It went to 340. Ah, ski, nana, boo boo, you missed it. And then it corrected all the way back to 52%. Okay, so if I wanted to trade that, which I didn't, I bought a farm. But if I wanted to trade that, guess what? I have way more capital to really go aggressive on XRP again. It's all about managing risk. Hopefully that makes sense. You think there's going to be quantitative easing in 2026 that may mess with the 4-year cycle? We'll see. I mean, I think you could make an argument. I'm not married to it either way. To me, like, this is where we're at with things. You know what I mean? People talk out of both sides of the mouth. They say the 4-year cycle's over and see you in 4 years. But to me, if the 4-year cycle's over, well, that means that this was distribution, this was distribution, this was your markdown, this was your markdown, this was accumulation, this was your markup. And we're in the markup. We're now in an uptrend that just made an all-time high. Gav's dad, thanks for the roses and the tiny diny, you savages.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
BlackRock. Misty is crazy. I forgot to look at Misty. Bought 890 million yesterday. Bro is so clueless. Bull run is just getting started. I agree. I agree. I think the bull run is just starting. Because the uptrend has just started. Like, retail has not came to terms with, like, hey, we are no longer in a downtrend. We are clearly have broken that, and we have clearly are in an uptrend. That is clear to me. What are your two favorite cold storage devices? Ledger and Decent. All right, let's check out Misty. What is it? MSTY? What is this? Is this a stock? What is this, Megan? Ski, do you think Bitcoin dominance starts dropping hard? I do. I think that we are in phase C of distribution. That is the finality. And I have it marked out for you. All right. I think we've already done phase A. Phase A, you get the buying climax, automatic reaction, secondary test. That is phase A of distribution. What is distribution? Distribution is a top. We've already gotten phase A. Then in phase B, you get the upthrust, which guess what? Goes higher than the buying climax, even though the buying climax is the climax of buying. It hurts people's brain to think that the upthrust goes higher, even though this was the top. I know. Upthrust goes higher in phase B. And then in phase C, you get the UTAD, which again goes higher than the upthrust. That is textbook. Okay. In my opinion, we are somewhere in phase C on Bitcoin dominance, which that's it. Now, does that mean like, boom, good night, Charlene? Woo! No, that's not what it means. It means we're going to slowly, surely, exponentially start our downtrend. And we're in the slowly and surely part of it right now, in my opinion. It's paying like 130% off of MicroStrategy and others. I don't like that. My threshold, listen, there's a certain threshold of yield that I'm willing to tolerate. And after a certain percentage of yield that you earn, you are the yield. You know what I'm saying? After a certain percentage of yield, where are their earnings coming from? And at a certain point, it's you. So 130 definitely is too much for me. Do you think we need QE to have parabolic moves? No, we don't, because we don't have QE, and Bitcoin just went from 50 days ago. Listen, do you understand? I need you to understand. I need everyone to understand this. 50% gains in 50 days. That is approximately 7 years of stock market gains. That means you go to work. Imagine going to work, clocking in, putting in your 40 hours a week, every single week, every single month for 7 years of contributing to your 401k. Bitcoin just did that in a month and a half. You understand? That's what just happened. 7 years of you clocking in, grinding, putting up with your wife and your kids, and the bills are piling up, and all the stuff is just coming down on your shoulders. 7 years of grinding and contributing to your 401k. Bitcoin just did that in a month and a half. Do we need quantitative easing to go parabolic? No, we do not. It'll help. I'm not mad at it. It'll help. But no. Because at the end of the day, like, quantitative easing, the difference is, what is it? Like, what are we talking about here? We're talking about money printer, right? Money printing. That's what we're talking about. And the reality is, they never stop printing. It's just like, are they printing it with a fire hose? Or are they printing it with a water hose? They're still printing it. They never stop printing new money. It's just, is it a fire hose? Or is it a garden hose? It's still printing. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Brandon, you're 0 for 0 tonight. Bro's just 3 and D. Can we see alt season? We will see alt season, Nick. Don't forget my mod tips, bro. Oh, man. I was like, Dano, is Dano all right? I thought you were going through something. Listen, Dano, I'm here for you, bro. You need something, I got you. You let me know. But I called, bro. And it was somebody from, thank you for calling. Thank you for calling, Iris Dano. Almed Director. It was one of those. I was like, listen, I know he's a Notre Dame fan. Do not redeem? No! Why did you redeem? No! Man, I need some water. I forgot my water, guys. We'll see alt season in May or the end of the year. Listen, in my opinion, Bitcoin dominance. Listen, here's the key. Alt season, you need 2 things. Let me just make it as simple as possible. You need 2 ingredients: sugar, spice, everything nice. Okay, what is sugar and spice? Okay, what is the sugar and spice for alt season? Everything nice is the altcoins. Sugar, spice, everything nice. Chemical X. Sugar, spice, everything nice. What is sugar and spice? Okay, sugar is Bitcoin making an all-time high. Okay, check. We got that. We went to the store. We grabbed that. Great. Let me cook now. What is spice? So we got sugar. Great. Pick that up. Let's cook. Now, what's the spice? The spice is Bitcoin dominance rolling over. And in my opinion, the ingredients are there. We're in distribution phase C, in my opinion. What is distribution? Distribution is a topping structure. In my opinion, Bitcoin dominance is right here. So, sugar, spice, everything nice. What is everything nice? Everything nice is alt season. Let me cook. Let me cook, y'all. Chef Boyarski here. Here to cook it up. Do you think we should keep DCA altcoins? Listen, that's what I'm doing. I'm buying every single dip in DCA, period. That's what I'm doing. Until we break a downtrend. Listen, the entire market, crypto, Bitcoin, the total 2, the total 3, everything is now in an uptrend. Like, retail hasn't figured this out yet. It was in a downtrend. April was the bottom, and we're not in a downtrend anymore. We're in an uptrend. So what does that mean? Trend is your friend. Don't fight the trend. Dips are for buying now. Should we wait till Sunday to buy 15x coin? I don't think so. You think meme coins are the buy right now as they appear to pump the most? A few. I believe in some. But, you know, for everyone that's awesome, there's 1,000 that suck. You know what I mean? Like, not every single thing's going to go. Just tell us what you buying coin by coin. My top value plays as of the time of recording are Solnic, HNT, ADA, Link, ICP, Doge, Dynex, News. What else? Hee, Fat Cat, XYO, Theta, Suki, Flux, LCX, Dot, Sauce, there you go. That's my top values as of the time of recording. Not financial advice. That's what I'm buying. That's what I'm DCAing into. And of course, I always buy Bitcoin. Do you think that Doge is bridging to Solana, or do you think it doesn't matter? I don't think it matters. Isn't Dogecoin... What is the market cap? I'm pretty sure Doge is similar to the market cap of Solana. I might be wrong on that. Are you still long on Dent? Yes. It is down. But it's okay. Because I'm patient. I don't think it would hurt Doge to go on Solana, but I don't think it is required. TA on Solnic. Bro, what is going on? Yes, Solnic had a clear breakout. Like, as clean as it gets. Solnic is my number one 100x play. It had a clean breakout. It has been in an uptrend and in a wedge for almost a year now. It was making higher lows, and finally it made a clear, concise, higher high. This is a very, very clean breakout and a back test, and guess what? Be on the lookout because Cliff is tweeting out on the Solnic account about our journey and our higher highs and higher lows. And a little birdie told me that Mario is going to retweet that. Be on the lookout. Hi, crypto people. Crow been a slow mover. I don't mind Crow. But yeah, this is about as clean as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. That's a clean breakout right there. What do you think Solnic's PT is? What do you mean by PT? Look, I'm sorry if I'm slow today. I'm exhausted. Your boy was outside working on the tractor in the blazing sun all day. From sun up to sundown, I was working on that thing, and I finally got it done. Price target, my bad. Yeah. Listen, my targets for Solnic are bear case is 10 cents, medium case is $1, bull case is $5.89. So low, medium, high. Just in the next micro leg, because as you can see, it does multiple legs. Everyone going slightly higher than the last. I think $40 to $50 million market cap is reasonable. But, which would be about 5 cents. But I think we're going to keep marching our way higher and higher and higher and higher. And who knows? We might have our next leg in the pure euphoria. So that's what it would mean. Sorry, I missed your answer before. Alt season in May or end of year. Thanks. I think we are very much gearing up for it. Your boy's slow ski today. Your boy's tired ski. Your boy dehydrated ski. Letters to Bloom says Teo, Quant, ADA, Link, ICP, H Bar, Cosmos, ETH, Sui, Aave, XLM, XRP, Near. Solid list. Those are fundamental coins. Solid list, fundamental coins. Algo prediction, $2. Bear case, $8 bull case. It's a good live ski. I'm doing my best. I'm over here struggling. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm tired today. But we're constantly putting in work. We're constantly uploading the videos, going live, putting out content, regardless of what the wives' boyfriends are saying. They're saying, but ski. Ski. The wives' boyfriends, what are they saying? What are they saying? The wives' boyfriends are saying ski. Institutions ruined alt season with their ETFs. Their wives' boyfriends are telling them institutions ruined the alt season with their ETFs. Even though there's an ADA ETF pending approval, even though there's a Solana ETF pending approval, even though there's an XRP ETF pending approval, the institutional ETFs ruined alt season. That's what the wives' boyfriends are saying now. Was all that volume on Solnic bot driven? No. Appreciate your work, sir. Solana Casino ruined alt season. Or hear me out. It's just delayed. Hear me out. Bitcoin dominance is in the finality of distribution. I will say, J-Dan, in my opinion, what actually happened was, here's like hindsight what happened here and what it means. Here's what it means. I think Bitcoin broke out before it was supposed to. And it got there too hot. It stole the police car. Right? When we broke out, it did it really hot. And ahead of schedule. And then Trump and Melanie launched their memes and stole $70 billion worth of liquidity from Solana. And I think short term, that set us back a solid 6 months. But long term, I actually think it's better for the industry, because guess what that did? It purged all of the nonsense. And every time you mark up and you go into euphoria, there's nonsense that comes with you. So I think long term, short term, sure, it might have set us back 6 months. But I think long term, we're in a healthier place. And I think we have a bigger base to launch off of. Do you believe in Elliott wave theory like blockchain backer? I do, but Elliott wave theory is not my bread and butter. I have a good understanding of Elliott wave theory. I use it sometimes. It's not my bread and butter, though. A lot of people use Elliott wave theory incorrectly. I do think that blockchain backer is an assassin with Elliott wave theory, and I think he's probably the best. A lot of people, the problem with Elliott wave theory is there's so much discretion. What waves equal what, and you can make anything look like anything, and a lot of people will do that. So most people, I don't really care what they think about Elliott wave theory, but I do hold high regard to blockchain backer with Elliott wave theory. So yes, I do believe in Elliott wave theory. It's not my bread and butter. Wyckoff is my bread and butter. There's a reason it's called theory. Exactly. That's right. I don't use it like that. It's part of my toolbox. It's a specialty tool. It's not a wrench. You know what I'm saying? This is bread and butter. You're going to use your wrenches time and time again. When you go to the toolbox, the wrench is going to be there. That's your bread and butter. Your hammer, your wrench, your screwdriver. You're going to use that again and again and again. I don't use that like that. It's a specialty tool. It's a little it's a press. It's a bearing press. That's what Elliott wave theory is to me. I use it every now and again. I'll pull it out of the toolbox. Okay, this came in handy. Nice. But it's not my bread and butter. So you think we're going back to 90 to 95K? Not before 118. Sui dropped extremely hard. Yeah. Dogecoin is pending ETF. Exactly. Right. Yeah, people talk out of both sides of their mouth. This is the crazy thing that you should understand about institutions. We view them as like suit and tie, and like he wears a tie, he wears a suit, so that means he's professional. And I got a guy for that. I got my 401k, and I just give the guy the money, and he just invested for me, and I never have to think about it. Listen, your guy is a degenerate gambler, just like you. He just wears a suit and tie. That's the only difference. How do I know? 2008, the great financial crisis. How did that happen? Degenerate gambling. By giving people at McDonald's 5 refinances on their house. Wall Street is degenerate gamblers just like you. The only difference is they wear a suit and tie, and we just trust them. Oh, I got a guy for that, and I give him my money, and he invested, and I don't have to worry about it. Your guy has no clue what's going on either. Okay? That's the truth. That's the truth. All right. I'm pretty tired. I think I'm gonna go home now. That's gonna be it for this time, guys. I gotta get ready. I'm picking up my brother, going to his graduation. I'm gonna go live before I leave. Tomorrow I'm bringing the solar equipment with me. So I'll be still live streaming when I'm traveling, but I will be traveling for the next few days. I think I might be doing a podcast with Alvarez in the morning. I think. I'm not sure. But I'm still going to be live streaming every day. I won't be live on Sunday. That's my brother's graduation. Shout out to my brother. So I won't be live on Sunday, but I'll be live on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I'll be uploading content every single day along the way. So make sure you like and subscribe. Follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, I will never message you first. Okay? If somebody messages you claiming to be your boy Ski, I promise you, it's not me. I promise you, it's not me. I will never message you and ask you for money. I'm not going to ask you how your trading is going. Listen, I got stuff going on. I don't care. I do care. But I'm not going to message you and ask you, okay? I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, YouTube, yeah. How's your crypto journey? Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Peace, love, prosperity. God first. God bless. Shalom.
Damn hustling, 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 hustling.